Okay, so I'm out here. I'm in Pelham. We're a little bit outside of New York City, um, and
We're glad to be in Pelham today.
let me ask you to explain what's going on here today.
Well, first of all, today, what's happening is CUNY City University of New York faculty, staff, and students are coming to the CUNY Chancellor's home to correct his impression that everyone at CUNY is anti-Palestine and pro-Zionist. This is a anti-Zionist action in solidarity with Palestine. My name is D. Knight, and I represent the Bronx Anti-War Coalition, and I've come here to make sure people know about a petition to restore historic Palestine and abolish apartheid Israel. That is to say, make a single state solution for a democratic and secular state of Palestine. We are holding a press conference at the UN, the United Nations, tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 to present the first several hundred of these petitions. The main sponsor is the Bronx Anti-War Coalition. It's also supported by the United National Anti-War Coalition, AUDA, Right to Return Coalition, which is a Palestinian group, the Black Alliance for Peace, and numerous other groups. And like I say, the key thing is to return to the 1948 solution, which is a single, democratic, secular state of Palestine where people of all religions can live together. The current proposed solution, supported by the UN General Assembly, is a two-state solution, which even though Israel has accepted it, it is abolishing it itself, violating it every single day, not only in Gaza, but in the West Bank and Jerusalem. And so what we say is, let's restore historic Palestine and make it a home for everyone.
What is your opposition to a two-state solution based on? Why do you think that's a bad idea?
Well, every single day since 1967, the State of Israel has been doing everything it could to actually destroy the possibility of two states living equally and in harmony. They've sponsored endless settlements in the West Bank and right next to Gaza. They've conducted a campaign of harassment against the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Every single day they make it clear, and certainly now during the attack on Gaza, that what they really want is another Nakba, that is to get all Arabs and Palestinians out of historic Palestine so that it can be exclusively an apartheid Jewish state. This is an anathema to many, many Jewish people. We will have true Torah Jews speaking at the press conference tomorrow who say that the Israeli government is doing a tremendous disservice, even a sacrilegious service, to the Jewish people, and essentially functioning as a stable aircraft carrier in Western Asia, the Middle East, to protect American oil interests. This kind of thing can only lead to the genocide that we're seeing today in Gaza and in the rest of Palestine. And the real solution is to have a home for people of all religions who can live in peace based on the boundaries of historic Palestine.
So a lot of people who have an opposing point of view think that's just unrealistic, to think that there would be... Okay.
I guess that can be considered an act of hostility.
Okay. I was saying a lot of people who have an opposing point of view think that it's really unrealistic to think that there would be a one-state solution where Jews would be able to continue to live there because Hamas is hostile to Jews and has expressed a desire to get Jews out of the region, right?
Well, that's what people say. In fact, the Palestinian resistance over and over again has made it clear that a unified secular state is the only realistic solution. What we see now is that the Netanyahu government is attempting to impose a single Jewish state in which no Palestinians would be welcome, and that's also unrealistic. The unified Palestinian resistance, which includes a large number of groups, has been pushing for a single state solution, a democratic secular state of Palestine, for most of the last 75 years. And that position says it's the only realistic path to peace in the Middle East.
What is your position on what happened on October 7th? The attack by Hamas. That's something that people obviously point to, saying, well, if we open this area up to not be controlled by the government of Israel, then this is what will happen. That Hamas will continue attacking Jews in this way. What is your position on what happened on October 7th?
It was what could be called a ghetto rebellion. The people of Gaza have been caged and assaulted continuously for a very long time. What happened was a breakout. It has been manufactured by the Netanyahu government to be some kind of brutal attack on women and children. They've broadcast lies about children being beheaded, women being raped. Those things did not happen. It was a military attack on the IDF. It's true that some civilians were hurt. That was certainly not its purpose. And what we have seen since then is a gigantic collective revenge assault that has gone on for close to a month and has killed more than 15,000 residents of Gaza, including over 5,000 children. There's a report in this morning's New York Times about the killing of kids in Gaza. The Netanyahu government has made it seem that they have evidence of military storage beneath the Sheila Hospital. They haven't produced any evidence. What we see is an imbalanced and one-sided attack on the Palestinian people, as if all the Palestinian people in Gaza are to blame for what happened on October 7th. It's simply not true.
So your view of the October 7th attack action is that the reports of civilians being attacked are simply not true?
Well, it's been propagandized to the point where many people, thanks to Western media, think that a very large number of Jewish women and children were attacked and hurt. What happened was a military attack on two things: an Israeli military base and a settlement on Palestinian land. And the attack against it by the Palestinians was really an effort to say that we want our land back. That's what it was about.
Okay, so you think that if there were a one-state solution, you wouldn't see attacks on Jews who wanted to remain in that single state, that they would be able to remain there? Because this is what people ask. People ask, well, if you got rid of Israel, of the Israeli government, where would all the Israelis go? And you're saying that you think that they could stay there safely.
There is massive amounts of information that more than half of the people who live in Israel are opposed to the Netanyahu government and have made it very unsafe for them. Large numbers of people are leaving. But meanwhile, the Israeli government is conducting terror campaigns continually on a daily basis against Palestinians and Israeli Arabs. And the Palestinian resistance groups have made it clear that they are committed to a harmonious, democratic, secular state of Palestine.
Okay. Thank you very much for talking with me.
Thank you.
On October 7th, with the attack by Hamas, which was followed 4 days later by the Chancellor